Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Eddie and today we are back with another speed build. Today we are building a family home in the world of Ravenwood. Originally this was supposed to be a Victorian and she did not end up being a Victorian, so I don't really know what I'm gonna name this build, but that's okay. And we do have a classic wraparound porch though, so that's nice. But yeah, so for the most part, just kind of working out the layout and the floor plan right now. Or I guess not yet, but we're working on the roof. And I did kind of struggle with how I wanted to do the roof for this because it's, I don't know, just not really, I don't usually do wraparound porches, so when I do them, I feel a little bit out of my element, but it's okay. I think it worked out in the end. And then we have, originally I did like a 2-wide thing, and then I realized that that was not gonna happen with the roof, so we end up doing a 3-wide in the back, even though like there's no door, you won't use it, but it looks nice. That's where the trash cans are. So, and then this house ends up having 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which sounds kind of bad, but you know, that's what worked out in the floor plan. So there is 2 showers, and then there's also a tub in the ensuite bathroom for the primary bedroom. So like you do have options. There's a shower, and then there's also the tub, because I did put a toddler in this house. In my head, the Sims that live here are 2 parents, and then a like preteen, so like an 12-year-old, and then there's like a 9-year, like a, no, there's like an 11-year-old, there's like a 5-year-old, and a like maybe like a 6-year-old. So they are still kind of young. They're still pretty young kids, but I don't know, I kind of liked them. And then we are getting columns. This is a limited pack build. Originally, I was doing like vintage glamour, and I don't remember the other one, to be honest. And then I realized that I'm not actually using any of the other packs that I picked out, so we pivot to a seasons, growing together, and life and death, which actually kind of work if you think about it, because they're all like life packs. So I think they kind of work in gameplay together, and also like I think this house ends up being kind of cool. It is definitely different than what I would personally want to live in, but it's cool. I like it. So we have kind of finished the outside at this point. We're gonna go through with some columns and some doors, and I end up getting a door from base game. I really don't when I'm doing limited pack builds, I don't really like to get doors from base game just because they feel a little bit bland. But I decided that I liked it best. So we did it. And then I'm going through with the columns. We don't have get-togethers, so I don't have that one. And then we don't have, did I leave that there? I'm watching it and I'm realizing that I may have just left a column in the middle of the roof. Well, I hope that I didn't. Yeah, I'm caught up on that now. Because I legit didn't even notice. And now I'm watching it back. Like, this is on the gallery. Anyway, so we're gonna keep going. So yeah, I think, what was I saying before? I don't remember. We're inside now. Hopefully I fixed the, I don't know. Hopefully I fixed the other guy. Anyway, so this is where we start working on the floor plan. And the chimney becomes functional, so it becomes a toilet closet. And then we've got a sink and a shower in the 2x2 behind the stairs. And then the kitchen's in the back. I have like a really big island for it. I think it's kind of cool. And then we do end up keeping with the like kind of tealish color scheme. The walls are gray, but I feel like that was okay, like a dark gray, but I feel like that's okay because everything else is white. So I feel like that ended up being okay. And then upstairs, this is where the 4 bedrooms are. I think that it's actually kind of nice up there. Like, I feel like the floor plan came together really well. The wallpaper situation was, it was definitely something. We go through like a couple different phases and then I figure out kind of what I want. And the 2 younger kids like birds, or at least they have bird wallpaper. And then the older one has the like blue and green wallpaper. So we have that. And then this tile from Growing Together actually matches the base game siding that we have really well. So I do that. And then we move on to the kitchen. And I decide to just do the default kitchen swatch because I think it's nice and I think it goes really well with the color scheme that we have. I really tried to do the kitchen cabinets like a reasonable height, and then I added a full length cabinet and it just didn't work anymore. So anyway, they're really tall. Your Sims would likely need a ladder if this was real life, which is fine. Because they don't actually do anything with them, but yeah. So we've got that, and then a big island. And originally I get another cabinet, but then I immediately get a second stove because I'm like, you know what? This is a fancy kitchen. They can have a second stove. They have a second sink too, so like, why not? And then we get these little bookshelves in the cabinet over here. It probably has like their china, you know, in the drawers or whatever. But we just put some bookshelves in there. And then I did try initially to get the sink that matches the cabinets, and it just looks really strange. So I decided to give up and put a sink in the island that kind of matches. Not super in love with it, but it is what it is. And then in here is actually going to be the dining room. So you walk into the dining room, and then we get, I have like a philosophy with dining rooms that if the floor is dark, the table's light, because then you alternate, like you go and have a light, like the floor is dark, so you have a light rug and table and then dark chairs, and that way everything kind of like stands out, and you can see everything really easy. Obviously that's not necessary, but that's just kind of how I like to do it. And then here we are adding the toilet closet, because I realized that there were only 2 bathrooms in this entire house, so we'll at least need a shower, if not a bathtub. So we get a shower in here, and I think it worked out fine. There's a bathtub upstairs in the primary bedroom, so I'm not too worried about it. And then, like, your Sims aren't, like, waiting in line to go to get to shower in the morning, you know? Because there's 5 Sims in this house, so, or it can fit 5. So I think it's good to have a second bathroom, and with a second shower, like. And then we are decorating. We're getting some utensils and paper towels and some bread. I really like this bread. I think that it's kind of pretty, and then also, like, it's just very versatile. Like, they probably made it and, like, are leaving it out to cool, you know? Super realistic. And then we get some flowers. The flowers on the counter are probably fine. I'm not sure with the flowers on the table, if they interrupt anything or not. And then we get like a little, I don't know, in my head it's like mail on the counter. I know that in real life it's probably not mail, or I mean in the game it's not mail, but in real life it would be mail. If you hear my cat, he really wants to go outside, so I've got to finish this. We've got like we're halfway done, so but he really wants to go outside, and he's like hitting the handle of the door to go outside onto the patio. So if you hear that, I apologize. He doesn't care, but you might. And we are finishing up. I'm getting a picture of Jerry on the wall, and then we will be moving on to the living room. And it's actually kind of dark in here. I don't know how to fix that. I added more lights, and they seem to work okay. And then we're getting a TV. So we are, yeah, so we've got that. I do feel like it's a little bit dark in here, but you know, you win some, you lose some in this game. So we've got, actually not like, yeah, I think that this space is functional. We have a fireplace with a TV like we just saw. It's actually kind of a big space. We've got 3 couches and a rocking chair, and then we also have some toys. We've got a non-functional, like non-accessible toy box. We've got a Blarfy. I don't end up putting the side tables because I was like, they take up a lot of space, and like I could size them down, but I don't know that I really want to do that. And so we just ended up getting like a plant, and this is where like the toys come in, because I was like, oh well, we need to like fill up the empty space, because it just feels a little bit boring in here. So we've got the toy chest. We get a Blarfy in front of it. There ends up being a couple of blocks of toy, or like block sets, a giant dollhouse. I size it down once, but it's still absolutely massive. And then right now we've got a science table, but I will switch it out for a piano towards once we start working on the bedrooms. And I tried to get like a different plant, but there just aren't that many good, like big plants anywhere in these packs, so we don't get that. But I think it turned out good. We get some sconces on the walls to hopefully make the far end a little bit brighter. And then we're moving up to the hallway now. And I kind of like the hallway. I think it's kind of cool. We get the, we have a couple of the tarot card posters on the walls. And then on this side, we get more of them. The one side has more of a purple color scheme, and then this side has more of like a red color scheme. And I think it's fine. I think it's a hallway. It has another bookshelf. I don't really know that we need another bookshelf, but it's better to have more than you need. And like, it's good decoration. So, and then as I was doing this, I was thinking about how all of my bathrooms, I always seem to have at least one bathroom in the front of the house, in a lot of my builds. And so that's what that one is. A bathroom in the front of the house. You probably couldn't see into it, but that does mean that you don't get a mirror. More sconces. This house has a lot of sconces, actually. But I feel like they would probably all be activated by one switch, you know? Like you have the sconce switch and you have the overhead light switch. So, you know. And then we are in the bedroom, the primary bedroom now. And the art in this room was kind of a struggle because I feel like there's not a lot of art in the base game. And there's not a lot of art in the packs that go with the house that I'm like trying to make. So that was unfortunate that we had to kind of wiggle that around. Anyway, so the parents are really into music. I feel like that's kind of a neutral thing to be into. And then this is the older siblings' room. So this is like the 11-year-old, 11 or 12, whatever you want to think of it as. So they're like a preteen, probably like just getting out. Like they're either like just getting out of middle school, or they're like not just. I guess they would be in middle school, right? Because they're 11 or 12, so they'd be like in middle school. But they've got a desk with a computer because we don't have a computer anywhere else in the house. And so it'd be helpful for your Sims to have access to a computer. And this Sim is older, so I feel like it's not inappropriate for them to have like, in my head, it's probably a cheap laptop, you know? It might be like obviously right now nothing's really cheap, but it you know, it's probably cheap for the Sims. And we're doing some like mixing of hobbies. So this is where I add in the piano, because I was like, oh, this would be like a good place since the parents are into music. And I was originally gonna put a science table, but I decided to not put a science table in this room. And then we put the pride flag and the MLM flag, not the multi-level marketing flag. I don't think they have a flag. The other one, the gay pride flag. And then we get like a toddler. I imagine this toddler is probably like 4. So they're actually like preschool age. But you know, we don't really have like preschoolers. We have 3 and 7, which is not super, yeah. So anyway, so we are working on the like, I guess they would be like 6 or 7, and I wanted to make it so that you knew they were younger. So they have like more children's stuff, and then they've also got like, I think I put like some odes to like the fact that they just grew up. But I think that they're cute. I think this room is cute. It's very like orange in here. And I don't really do orange rooms that often, I don't feel like, so definitely something kind of fun. I feel like when I do orange rooms, I always use the lesbian bed, but that's okay. You know, it's just a bed. It's not, yeah. And then in here, this sim is, like I said, they're like a preschooler. So I made it seem like they were like an older toddler. So they've got like a little lunch bag. They've got the art desk, and then they've also got like other stuff in their room. And it's a little bit sparsely furnished, but in my head, the parents are trying to let the kids really be their own person. So, yeah, so like the toddler, they don't really know who they are yet. So we're just gonna let them be. And then we were moving outside, and at this point I'd been working on it for like 2.5 hours ish. So I was very tired. I was also doing this like 9 p.m. while I was waiting for my groceries to get delivered, because I was gonna do it today and then I decided I didn't want to. So I had them delivered yesterday. And I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad that I did that because I got to actually eat dinner. And like, not to say that I wasn't eating dinner without my groceries, but it would have been just like cereal because I didn't have anything else. But yeah, so I had my groceries delivered and it was good. But I was working on this while I was waiting for them, and so by this point I was very tired. I usually go to bed at like 9-ish. I'm a grandma, so I'm not. I'm in my 20s, but I'm in my 20s, but I sleep like I'm a grandma. So I usually go to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it was like 10 p.m. and I was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna die right now. So I just, so we do like the bare minimum out here. And maybe like, you know, I don't know. In my head, I was like, this is fine. It works. I liked the inside better. Like, I really think that I was more inspired by the outside or the inside than the outside. So I was not too worried about any of it, actually. I was like, we're just trying to like use stuff from the packs. And then back here, it's kind of bland, so I will be putting a what do you call it? Some more planters back there, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And then we do have a chess table on the porch because I feel like chess tables are really helpful. We're getting some lights, and then I'll add the planters back here, because I feel like it just adds a little bit more to do. And like I could have totally put other stuff, but I just decided not to. Anyway, so we are coming to the end of the video now. If you liked it, if you would like and subscribe, that would really mean a lot. And I will see all of you next time. Bye now.